Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Dragon Ball GT edition of the Battle-Hardened Formidable Foes, and basically how you can beat it. I would say with relative ease. Basically, to cut a long story short, this one is pretty much the same as all the other ones. Starts out really strong, very difficult event, really tough, and I think for the most part, obviously it can be quite challenging. It's designed to be something challenging for, you know, um, experienced players. It's designed to be challenging for players who, I want to say, deal with hard content. One thing that is unusual is the first fight. So General Wielder is 3 phases, not 2, like every other fight. Nothing too major though, the phases are adjusted accordingly. So the first phase of General Wielder hits for 2.2 million, nullifies super attack ceiling. The second phase against Hyper Meta Wielder, he nullifies stunning, and he reduces enemies' attack with each attack received, enemy's defense with each attack received. So you want to try and hit them very hard with big attacks, not multiple small ones. Then we have Meta Rildo, who is immune to stunning and sealing, and has attack of 20% with each attack received up, and damage reduction rate plus 10% with each turn passed up. So he does get progressively tankier and does hit harder. The benefit is he doesn't have a lot of health, less than 100 million, which for a boss in this level of event isn't a lot. You can clear 100 million, especially since he's the third phase, and it's very likely players will have set up their rotations and had their units build and stack and do all those important things. Look, all in all, to be honest with you, I think for the most part, everything is pretty straightforward. I think ultimately, in this event, it's a fairly simple, hard event, but fairly simple. I really like the Majin Buu Saga team, especially with the double tech Gotenks. It provides a really powerful barrier around the tech Vegito that you can use. So you can kind of have the tech Gotenks kind of operate as the first slot units and just kind of provide that extra layer of protection for the tech Vegito. Once you get past that second, third turn phase, you have a lot of mechanisms to use. You have a lot of active skills, you have a lot of standby skills, and you have transformations as well. So you do have a lot of really good stuff that can kind of help you in general. After General Wielder, we have Super Baby 2 Giant Ape and Super Baby 2, or Super Baby 2 and Super Baby 2 Giant Ape form. Super Baby 2, AGL, 100 million health, 2.8 mil super, lowers your defense on super, which sucks, and he reduces enemy attack with each turn passed, reduces enemy defense with each turn passed, and if he's facing a pure Saiyan, he will get a 30% increase to his attack. So he does hit harder. Usually though, I would say it's probably more worth it just to bring a pure Saiyan, although if you can avoid it, of course, it would be better. He is immune to sealing. Then we have the Giant Ape version of Baby. This one greatly raises his attack on his super, hits for 3 mil compared to 2.8, has 1 million in attack, but he's immune to stunning and sealing, gets a 50% attack boost on the third turn from his entry, and gets defense of minus 5% and attack of minus 5% with each attack received. So the more you attack him, the more you're going to reduce that attack and defense, and the quicker you're going to bring him down. So he's kind of almost like the adverse of the General Wielder from the stage before, where you want to hit him with as many attacks as possible, more so than trying to just hit him with singular hard attacks, which is interesting counter, players have to consider both aspects of the bosses. They can't just run around running, the same concept of team. Then we have the Super 17, so Android 17, Hellfighter 17, and then they turn into Super 17. So Android 17 and Hellfighter 17, 2.8 mil super, nullifies super attack ceiling, damage reduction rate with each Ki Blast super received, up to 21%, so 7% with each one, making them quite tanky, and defense up with each attack received. This actually does make them pretty tanky, not gonna lie. They can get quite tanky, so you're going to want to hit them pretty hard to try and get them out the way nice and early. Then obviously the second phase here, again Super 17, 120 mil health, 3.4 million super, attack with 7% up with each turn passed, up to 35%, and damage reduction raised before receiving 7 attacks. So here again, you want to hit them with as many attacks possible. So you hit them hard to reduce that attack reduction rate and get it removed off the face, so that you can then hit them pretty decently afterwards. He's immune to sealing and stunning. So again, just referencing the Majin Buu Saga team, worked great in a lot of situations. Like I said, you got that Tech Gotenks kind of running as pseudo first slot tank. Because of the length of the event, he can do it quite well. You've got a lot of those counter mechanics. There's a bit of RNG involved, of course. You know, if he doesn't get a counter off or get that big defense boost, or, you know, all those mechanics he has that are kind of RNG central, if he can't get those off, then yeah, obviously it does cause him some problems. But generally speaking, I would say he's quite reliable. I mean, I ran it twice and he was more than fine in both runs. So Gotenks is clutch, like I said, providing a very good foil for a lot of those big time damage dealers that Majin Buu Saga has. And I think that's really where he shines a lot, is in that ability to, you know, be quite a solid form of damage. And yeah, then we have Sin Shenron and we have the Omega Shenron, the final phase. So Sin Shenron, pretty straightforward, 2.8 mil, immune to stunning. He does change all key spheres randomly and will lower your attack and defense with each turn passed. Not anything too rocket sciencey, but obviously quite an irritating character. But it's really the Omega Shenron where things get pretty weird. So Omega Shenron has a 50% chance to stun you. He also could potentially fire his super that will seal you. So he has 2 different super attacks. It's quite irritating actually, especially the sealing one. Very, very annoying. Both hit for about 3 million. He nullifies super and sealing effects, and he lowers allies ki. So this is really, really quite irritating. And then when his HP is above 77%, he's very tanky. So those initial couple of turns against him are pretty rough, except for the fact that he is horrendously hard countered by the Tech Vegito. Because Tech Vegito does not need to be stunned. Tech Vegito does not need to be, he doesn't need to be sealed, does not need to be anything. He will counter him, he will defeat him. It's as simple as that. So ultimately, yeah, I think for me, definitely Tech Vegito is, I don't want to say pure MVP, but he's definitely really up there as MVP. And yeah, I think he does a fantastic job overall. Very impressed with him. And not everyone's very impressed with him, but huge damage. Really, really clutch damage. And yeah, he brings a lot to the table. So very impressed. Very, very good stuff. And ultimately, yeah, that is pretty much it for me. So let me know what you guys think. How did you do with this event? Did you just crush it with Tech Vegito like every other event? What team did you try? Do you like these Formidable Foes events? I'm in a bit of a mixed space with them. I think they are an interesting concept, but I think they are kind of a bit one note after a while. The fact that they don't let you really fully build up some units is an interesting team design factor, but can be quite annoying to kind of go through 3 or 4 short-term fights that result in basically the similar things occurring. So I'd be interested to see what they can throw next. Ruler having 3 phases was a fun little change. I think they're experimenting here quite nicely. I just think, yeah, it's a bit daunting, especially when you lose a run, to have to go all the way to the beginning, which is obviously part of the challenge. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to like it. So yeah, all in all, pretty straightforward stuff. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know the team you used. And that is it from me. I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. As always, take care, and bye.